So in this video, we're going to talk about how to pronounce Hawaiian places, Hawaiian streets, Hawaiian things. I'm not trying to shade. We're just teaching people the basic introduction into how to say things.
There's a certain base level understanding that I feel like people who know me would expect that I have. So that's what's making me nervous.
You know, we've been asked to do this video quite a few times. So we get into a little bit pidgin, like, you know, different islands or different islands approach pidgin and Hawaiian a little different. And just know, we are not Hawaiian scholars. We don't pretend to be one, and we didn't even stay at a Holiday Inn. We're just having fun, teaching people kind of the basics of how to speak Hawaiian. And so for my local people, take it easy. We're going to have fun in this video and go over some Hawaiian words. The reason why this video is coming out because we've been asked to do this. We were asked to like, hey, can you do a video on how to pronounce the names and stuff? And I was like, we're not like a travel blog or I don't know. It just didn't seem fitting. But we have so many people that one, pronounce the words wrong, and that's okay. It's okay to not know how to speak Hawaiian, obviously. Mm-hmm. And two, people are like, oh yeah, thanks for telling me. And then we have a new employee or two who has to now use these words and doesn't know how to pronounce Hawaiian words. So I thought it'd be a fun video to show you guys how to pronounce places and maybe even some street names like Kalanian and stuff. Like how to pronounce places and some landmarks in Hawaii. Here's the thing too, you know, local people, you're like, you only make videos for people from the mainland. I see some, like my auntie, she says Kaniohi. And I love my auntie too much to like say I could never correct her, but
yeah,
that's
the whole thing. We're not supposed to correct them anyway.
I'm not correcting anyone in their face, but you guys can watch this video, even local people. You know, even
I'm nervous, straight up. I gotta say it.
That what? People are gonna hate you.
Not that they're gonna hate me, that I'm gonna make a mistake.
So the reason why Lauren speaks Hawaiian.
No, I don't.
I'm not saying you're fluent in Hawaiian, but I have problems saying certain ones because when I had braces, like my canines were all crowded. Like I had to widen my jaw, so I had this thing in the top of my mouth. Mm-hmm. I had to like turn the key and it would push my jaw open.
You had headgear.
I did wear headgear at some point, but this one was up top, and what orthodontist said was you have like two bones and they go like this. They go like this as you get older. Mm-hmm. And so I like widen my mouth early so that these teeth could come down. The point is I always had peanut butter in the top of my mouth. Like I couldn't say like ulu. I cannot say it like that.
Yeah.
So anyways, it sounds better when you speak Hawaiian is my point.
Okay. Well,
even though I took Hawaiian language too, but I cannot say certain words.
I never got past 101, really.
Nah, you get them.
No,
okay.
But my husband is good. Okay.
So we have the map up here. Okay, Lauren, how you say this one?
I gotta put Joint Base Pearl Harbor, Hickam.
No, let's just start easy. Honolulu. So even when I say, I get a hard time.
So, you know, even when we were kids,
but people
used to say Honolulu. Like I was raised, everybody said Honolulu. And around that time, like the 80s, my cousins went to Kaiapuni, which is the Hawaiian language immersion schools.
Like Anuenue kind?
Well, actually, that's before. It was around that time when they were starting, but Punana Leo. They went to Punana Leo preschool.
Yeah.
And so they would correct us when they would come visit and say it's Honolulu.
Right. Well, also even you used to say Honolulu.
Well, yeah, because I spent those few years in California, right?
Oh, yeah. So, you know,
I had a California accent.
Because of my Coast Guard background, they say Station Hano.
Yeah.
And then even the local people are just like, okay, I guess it's Station Hano. Point is on this one is it's Hono.
Yeah, it's Hono. Okay.
Waikiki, I think everyone gets Waikiki. Oh, what about this one?
Mo'iliili.
Mo'iliili.
I think it actually has... So that's the thing that's actually... I'm sorry, but it is nuanced, is... The Okina and the Kahako, right? It's a backwards apostrophe. And the line, they do something, but it's a bit more subtle than I think most people think. I think it's mo'iliili, but when we say it, we say mo'iliili. I do anyway.
So I'm going to go Hawaiian alphabet because this is probably how we should start this.
Okay. And I'm going to go on to make sure that all the diacriticals are correct.
Diacriticals.
No, so a friend of mine works for, I think it's the city, but she is in charge of changing all the street signs to have the correct diacriticals. One of the many things she's doing is heading that project.
Okay, so Lauren.
Yeah. Yes.
Hawaiian alphabet. Did you guys sing the song? We had they would say like have ukulele and be like,
yeah.
E, O, U.
Heke lamunu.
Oh, yeah. And then they'll say himeni ho and sing it again, yeah? Or no?
I think so.
Yeah, anyways.
E, O, U, heke lamunu.
Yeah. So it makes it super simple because even like people speak Spanish, they'll be like, English is so hard. Like things are silent. things sound different depending on this. You just have to like know how to speak English. It's a hard language. Spanish is easier. Hawaiian's even easier because you don't have like whatever the squiggly line that makes an N.
The
like,
enye.
Yeah, with that thing. Like, there's not as many, I think, like
things that change
gender specific things in our language like there are in some languages.
Yeah.
Anyways, you always say the vowels the same or everything the same. It's a, e, I, o, u.
A, e.
And then the kahako, the line over it, which is not a letter.
It's elongated.
Not to be confused with this. This okina, backwards apostrophe, is considered a letter. Kahako is just an elongation. There's a word malama. You say malama.
Yeah, it's malama. If you put the
Malama.
emphasis on the right syllable.
The emphasis on the right syllable. And then H, K, L, M, N, P. Like these are all self-explanatory. And then the okina is a break, like a glottal stop. So if there's two A's, let me go back.
Like ha'a ha'a. Ka'a ka'a'ava.
Even you almost messed up.
Yeah, ka'a'ava.
Ka'a'ava. So actually, when you spell this thing correctly, so ka.
Do you have the Hawaiian alphabet?
Ava.
Ka'a'ava.
That's actually how you spell it. So ka'a'ava. But you show that to someone from the mainland, they're like ka'ava.
Well, but that's the thing too is local people say ka'ava.
It's kind of taxing to say.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Ka'ava.
But Manoa, people say Manoa. That they're from.
Okay.
Even people from Manoa.
Well, really, the only person that's gonna say manoa and like stress the a, the a,
Is my mom.
are people that have affinity for Hawaiian culture and language, or like.
Which I argue everyone should have if they live here, but okay.
Okay, but then the basic Hawaiian, like just a basic local person, or whatever, they're not gonna be like manoa. You know,
Yeah.
like, it's not gonna happen.
I think it's more so though. The more people are saying it, people are picking up on.
Okay,
Like
what about
kaneohe, for instance. A lot more people say kaneohe.
So I think that comes from there was a certain period in Hawaii where you weren't supposed to dance hula, you weren't supposed to speak the native tongue, etc. And I think the generation that followed, or they're a little bit like parents, they never really care if you said them right. I don't know if that's true, but I feel like some children of like the 60s, 70s, like before the kind of Hawaiian Revolution,
The Renaissance,
like
yeah, that's true because they didn't speak the language and they didn't. It wasn't valued.
It wasn't valued the same. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
not that it wasn't valued by our people, but it wasn't valued across the board.
yeah, you know what I mean. It wasn't an emphasis on learning
Right.
it. Sometimes Mexican parents will make sure their kids don't speak
Spanglish.
Spanish because they're like, you don't need that. We're moving on to America. You
Right.
know?
Yeah, there's definitely that sentiment.
Kind of something
still.
like that
Yeah.
happened. Yeah. So this is one that people get wrong, or they kind of shorten and mess up.
Why a lie?
But what do people say?
Why lie?
Why lie? Why lie?
Why lie?
Why? Why lie to me?
Or like lanai. A lot of people say lanai and Molokai. Even people who are from
Exactly.
those islands, and we don't correct them, especially if they're elders.
So is there an okina between why and alai? Is it supposed to have okina?
Let me double check. Go check them.
Might
I'm
have.
pretty sure it's not.
Or is it why?
Yeah, there's an
why-
okina.
There's an okina. Kahala. Oh,
There's
good one.
there's no hard rule.
There's no hard rule. Okay.
You know what they
I
say
just
is
got
how it
asked
sounds.
this. I've been asked this a couple times recently about the W and when is it a V? Is it Hawaii? You know, like in general rule, it's W at the beginning of a word. It's va
Oh, if it's in the middle.
in the middle.
Yeah. It's not always though.
Not always. That's a general rule, and that's one of the few things that you just kind of gotta know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like wahiawa, awawa malu. There's a lot that don't change into a V.
Yeah. That may not even be a general rule, but I think for the common, like for the names on the island, it's a rule.
Yeah. If it starts with a W,
So like
I can't even think of something that starts with
I've heard people say like via puni or things like that, but vehe.
vehe. Where is that? Vehe, like the street. Yeah, vehe is
Vehe, yeah. That's
vehe,
like a
vehe.
V at the beginning.
That's
Vehe, yeah.
actually the website to look up Hawaiian words.
Oh,
It's
see.
a dictionary.
So
Vehe, vehe.
people don't, wehe just sounds.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I was taught is that if it sounds weird, then
But
that's
it'll only sound weird or not if you have context and you were raised here.
right. So
and
I'd
you-
ask a professional, and I'm not that person.
See, you're professional.
I'll give everyone my husband's phone number.
Okay, so I'm not Kumu or
Yeah.
Hawaii.
No,
Neither is Lauren.
me neither.
We're just having fun here.
Yeah.
And no disrespect.
Speaking of fun,
How you say this one?
I wanted to tell the Disneyland stuff. Okay, China walls. Do not jump in if you cannot swim good.
Yeah, or if, like me, I jumped in on the video. You see that one? Hawaii
Well, you can swim.
Yeah, I cut my foot though.
So
Oh, here's a good one. No, hardly any people are gonna live here, but
Kuli'o'o.
I feel like that's a challenging one if you're not from here.
Yeah. Like is the most common. People say, what is that like?
You know, I never thought about it, but kailua, what does lua mean? And kai, what does kai mean?
I mean,
So kai,
I'm not going to comment on that.
Kai is the ocean,
Yeah,
and then lua is the bathroom.
It can be referred to as the bathroom, but it's also like a pit.
Like
Yeah.
imu?
No. Imu is imu. Lua, I mean, can we pull up the actual definitions?
No. We're just stumbling.
Yeah, no.
We're
Kai and lua, yes, is a thing, but
okay.
Lani Kai, but it's actually Ka'ohau. They just changed the elementary school to Ka'ohau Elementary.
Is Lani Kai not the like indigenous real name?
No, it's Ka'ohau.
Really? People made it Lani Kai?
Mm-hmm. Just like Hawaii Kai.
Oh.
Hawaii Kai is named after Henry Kaiser.
Yeah.
Right?
That I know, or I learned recently.
Mauna Lua.
Lani Kai, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Because I could see someone calling that
first
Lani
of
Kai.
all, Lani Kai is not the proper way to say heavenly. It's Kai Lani.
Yeah.
Yeah, you always put the noun before the
sense,
descriptive.
Yeah? I never thought about that. Makes sense to someone who didn't know how to put it together, called it Lani Kai and put the descriptor in the wrong spot. Oh,
but
interesting.
you know, it's my kumuhula when I was in elementary school, they live in Ka'ohau, which is in right there.
Ka'ohau.
Yeah. So that's where I learned
you
it
one of
when I
those
was a kid.
people, when you hey, what exit you like me take? Kina'u.
I do.
Yeah, you kina'u, not kina'u.
A lot of our street names are named after our ali'i.
So, but just putting respect on the name.
Yeah. Do you know what Beretania is? Do you know what that is?
It's not Hawaiian.
I know, but do you know what it is?
No, what is that?
It's Britannia. It's like
they
Great
messed
Britain.
Oh.
So like Australia is Ausiteralia.
Where is Kina'u Street?
Kina'u is right
here.
You get off to go on Ward.
So the Kina'u, most people say Kina'u. The Kina'u exit is a very common exit because if you're coming from west or central Oahu, you take Kina'u, you go down to
East.
Ward,
Ke'eaumoku
Ward, Ala Moana. Like that's the exit you take to go to a lot of the places in town. And so people just know Kina'u. My cousin guys who are very kukia'i mauna, pa'aina, etc., farmers, they say Kina'u exit, and but literally we're going to halau kumanas like ho'ike, so very appropriate Hawaiian like performance. So I was like, okay, Kina'u. So Kina'u. This one here, guys. There's actually the Gado stop to Okina, so Kina'u Street. And who is Kina'u?
She's a queen. We're not going to do this. This is going to test all of my cultural knowledge, and I'm going to make a mistake.
Okay. Well,
she's an ali'i.
There was referring to royalty. Let's go. You know what?
I'm protecting myself.
Okay, we're gonna go up here. Especially, and I'm a little punk high school kid taking Hawaiian language, and I hear people saying Kanioi. They even leave out the H sometimes. It's just
Kanioi.
Kanioi, and I would be like, ugh. But whatever. If you're my kupuna, you say however you like say them. Well, I'm not gonna correct you.
I mean, technically, if there are kupuna that speak Hawaiian, then we don't correct them. Granted, you don't want to correct your elder
you're just
anyway.
Not gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, it's like.
How about this one? Do you ever say this?
He'eia.
Do you say it like that though?
Yeah.
How you say them?
He'eia.
Nobody say them like that, right?
How do you say it?
No, I'm on the side.
How do you say it? There's two E's.
He'eia. Like commonly, right?
Hey, everyone says he'eia because it's like challenging to say he'eia.
I guess so.
So most people just say he'eia.
My full name sounds like a ho'oli, so I have to pronounce these words. It's true.
She said a whole.
Ho'oli.
Oli.
Which is a chant.
A chant.
It's long and it's Hawaiian, but
ho'oli almost sounds like ho'oli. Like
ho'oli lahana. A whole oli. I gotcha.
Okay, instead of going up north,
yeah.
I'm going to go over here because this is a very common one. YouTube police, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is the only place in America that is all vowels. The name is spelled all vowels. But is there an okina before the A? Because technically that's a consonant. There's an okina. Mm-hmm. So we're not going to talk about that. Okay, we're not going to talk about the
But
okina.
if there's an okina at the beginning, you can't really hear it.
You can't hear it.
Unless you're saying another Hawaiian word that ends with a vowel.
Why are there okinas in the front of things like that?
For that reason. Because if you're to say like...
Why put this thing...
Like mea ono. Like ono is a has the okina before it. So if there was no okina, it'd be like meono. You just run it all together. So,
But not every Hawaiian word that starts with a vowel has an okina.
no, that's what I mean. If it doesn't, then you just run them together.
It's intended to run?
Differentiation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So this one, how you say them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine you're from anywhere else and you see this word. You're like, I don't know. It's not even a word.
No, I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't see the spoof? Someone posted a couple years ago, like during COVID, that the state decided to change all of our street signs to make it easier for people who couldn't read them.
Oh,
and change them
mad.
to like 21st Street.
Yeah.
Oh, people lost it. Crazy. People lost it.
Well, we're not even in neighborhoods because you go into a neighborhood and you're like, Jesus, what's happening?
It's a real thing.
I never even thought of this, but you would probably know. What is the like original Hawaiian name for Pearl Harbor? On the spot.
No. It's not Pu'uloa.
Well, I could be at the end of Eva Beach is Pu'uloa Beach Park, which is like essentially Pearl Harbor at the end of Eva Beach. It's like West Rock going in Iroquois Point.
Yeah, it is Pu'uloa.
Pu'uloa.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
Sorry, I'm nervous.
Okay, let's go to another one so this is Waipahu. This is Waipahu. This is Waipio.
Waipio.
Is there a okina? Mm-hmm. Oh, Waipio. See, I know how, but I don't even know how to okina.
But people say Waipio. We
Everyone
say Waipio.
Even you say Waipio,
mm-hmm.
right?
I'm actually fact checking myself as
you cannot go around hitting everyone.
You know what? People say Waipio about Waipio Valley on Hawaii Island.
Big Island, yeah. Yeah.
It's just a really sacred, beautiful valley.
There's a different reason to put respect on that, right?
Right.
Like an elevate. Not that there's not reason to put respect on every Hawaiian name, but a different reason, right?
Right.
This is another one that people have a really hard time with.
Eva Beach.
Eva.
Oh, don't you ever.
And look, they're putting okina in front of the E. I never know.
Yeah.
But Eva,
mm-hmm.
everyone says Iwa. Like that's the most common is for people to say Iwa. Because it's not natural. It's not natural for people to know that use W as a V.
Right.
So,
there's a pronunciation guides, but A is pronounced A and E is pronounced E. So that's a good.
Yeah. But to that extent, so this is where the rule bends a little.
Mm-hmm.
If
that had an I.
A lot of times we bend on the E a little bit and kind of give it the traditional sound. Eva. Because it would be Ava.
No, that is what it is.
Say Eva.
Eva.
But it's like a half. Like if you put the E in another word, like even here. So the word here, Hele, means to go. We don't say like he.
No, it's not hele. It's hele.
But that's what I'm saying. It's a slight bend on the rule because how do you say?
Ava means 9.
Well, how do you say the E here in this one?
He. But that's because there's an I after the E. He.
Okay, so kane o
he. Yeah, it's not
but
kane
you don't
o
say
he.
like Eva. Like
I know it's slightly
it's
different.
It's just hitting it quick.
It's very slightly different.
Okay.
But
so it's not really a bending of the rule, it's just you hit it super fast.
Yeah, you hit it super fast and there's different people disagree about how to pronounce.
That's true, you know.
Things.
So in
there's Hawaiian language scholars that don't all agree about.
I listened to a podcast.
Everything.
It's like NPR Hawaii or Civil Beat or something like that, and the Ni'ihauans were like, oh, when I fly through Honolulu Airport and hear the Olaga Hawaii, hear the Hawaiian on the thing, they're like, it's so cringe. Or if I hear, Oahu fluent speakers, or they're like
university educated,
they were like, oh, I hate it.
Technically, so that's how I learned Hawaiian, from hula and then school.
Yeah.
My husband learned in school.
So it's gonna be different. Yeah.
But
I had my uncle.
Well, I was going to say, when you're going through university, they do make a point of you have to spend time with manaleo, which are native speakers who didn't learn through school. I'm pretty sure they still do that. I hope so. Most of my friends
uncle, he's gone already. Mm-hmm. My dad's oldest sister's husband. So if they were still alive, they'd be into their 90s. But when I was a kid, Uncle George from Big Island, Puerto Rican Hawaiian, I was like, hey, Uncle. He's like, hey, what's up, boy? And I'm like, hey, hikia o kera Hawaii. And he's like, hikia oi. So hikia o kera Hawaii is like, I can speak Hawaiian. And he's like, hikia oi. Oh, you can. And then he went off. And then I was like,
Yeah, that's why I don't get.
I just kind of put my head down. He was like, and so instead of saying aore,
Yeah.
he said aare.
Yeah.
He's like aare, hiki, and then he like you cannot, and then he shut that down real quick. he shut that down real quick.
Well, you know, it's hard because we want to encourage people. I've never gotten past a certain level.
We're not fluent. We're just having fun here.
I would love to dedicate myself. I actually did sign up for a free online program and I never finished it, but I have all the curriculum.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
run
through it. So
Why and I?
This is one where I actually I hit it.
You hit it.
Like,
hit it.
Why and I?
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel good saying why and I or why and I.
You know what though? Again,
but I'm not hating on you if you do.
Raised in Waianae, a lot of them pronounce it Waianae.
Yeah, true.
I don't know. I feel funny about correcting people on their pronunciation, but what I was going to say is that there are a lot of educated Hawaiian language experts who don't necessarily use Okina and Kahako.
Hey, no worry. We're not judging you. I know you're worried we're going to judge you.
No. I'm just saying that, although this is the correct pronunciation, a lot of them they'll write things without,
with flexibility.
They'll write without them.
So what is this one?
Oh, come on. Kamehameha.
Kamehameha. Or
so people say Cam School.
Just say Cam Highway. Cam Highway, Cam Schools. I'm not saying to disrespect Kamehameha, but if you're not from here and you're struggling, just say Cam Highway.
Not to me. Try. Try.
Just say Cam Highway.
What's so hard about it?
Well, let's say you're doing real estate as a professional. You don't know how to say it or whatever. Don't try it. I mean, it's endearing to try, but just say Cam. Depends.
It does depend.
I'm giving you permission to just say Cam. So I'm going to go to another highway then. I only heard this shortened recently. Oh
yeah.
I never know how to campsite over here.
I've heard people say Cal.
Yeah? I never heard it
Cal
before.
Highway. Yeah.
Sarah,
I don't love it.
You don't love it? Well, you cannot expect someone from the mainland to know how to say that.
No. Okay, so
there, look. Right there. There's the shot right there.
Where else? I get it. But if you're going to make this your home.
No, we talking about people getting started. Easy,
I know.
bro.
No, but I mean, you're straight out the gate saying it doesn't matter that you try to learn these things.
Give it time. I'm allowing them some time.
Time, yes.
Easy,
I'm not saying you have to try it right away, but no, it's not a high expectation.
No, you should try.
This is the only place where that is the native language.
No, but in parts of the South and what you in certain parts of the country, you have a lot of Native American stuff, and it's hard to pronounce. And in a social situation, rather than butcher it, you might just be Hatch Highway, then Hachawa Katachwa or something. You don't know how to say it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Chill.
I'm not gonna.
Okay. Karani Ana Ore. You ever heard? Did you know people call it Cal Highway? I only heard that recently for someone from that side. And I was like,
I forget who said that.
I was like, that's the one word that you just gotta learn. Yep. You just gotta learn Kalani Ana Ore because there's no way to shorten it. And then someone said Cal, and I was like, that's pretty obvious. I guess you could. But if you go around Hawaii saying Cal Highway, most people, I think, not gonna be like, what are you talking about, Cal Highway?
So I have a cousin named Kalalea, and he moved to the mainland or Turtle Island, and they call him Cal because it was too hard for them to pronounce.
And that's fair.
Yeah. That's why they call him Cal. But when he comes home, we call him Kalalea.
This one.
Wahiwa.
Most people mispronounce it by saying Wahiwa.
Oh, Wahiwa. That's right.
Wahiwa.
A lot of people
even
say
local
Wahiwa.
people, it's just faster, right? Wahiwa.
Well, no, they're sneaking in the A. Local people are not saying Wahiwa.
Choke people say Wahiwa.
I don't think so.
You heard that plenty, huh? Wahiwa.
But they're saying the A. They're just saying it fast.
No, they're not.
Wahiwa.
The circles you run in, they drive the hokulea and stuff. That's different.
First of all, you can't drive.
They got the keys to the hokulea. They got the keys to the hokulea. It might be normal to you.
Yes, I know the people who drive the hokulea.
Who sail the hokulea
and
navigate.
Boy,
but
I'm hot.
A lot of people say Wahiwa.
Okay, maybe they do. It's Wahiwa. Wahiwa. That's how I say it. Is there an Okina?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. But
anyway,
there's
that's
an
how
A
I
there.
say it. Yes.
There's an A in the middle. Wahiwa.
But no, you saying Kalani Ana Ole. I feel like we need to sneak in the Disneyland thing. When you didn't do it, but both Kenji and I did it.
I'm not an asshole.
Okay, so what? That's not even. I thought we can't swear. Okay, when we would go to Disneyland, even for soccer trips or hula trip, and some people could speak some Hawaiian, but most of us couldn't. In elementary school and stuff, what you do is in line at Disneyland is just start saying street names to each other or Hawaiian words that you do know.
So-
but street names are like the longest thing that everyone knows.
This whole time you've been like, no, don't disrespect the language. No
That's
bending, no breaking on the
disrespecting it.
rules. And now
That's
you want
like,
to do this?
That's like properly pronouncing our kings and queens and just making other people think that you speak the language fluently.
You over here not even letting me say Pearl Harbor incorrectly.
No,
so what you guys used to do at Disney?
People can say
You would say,
instead of try.
Karani ano ore karihi parama wan maru makapu'u sandy beach.
And then say our names. No. No. Punch bowl.
Punch bowl o Baratanya na rave.
Yeah. No, we did. Like, what? And I swear. I don't know if I'm not the only person who did that. Kench said he did that.
Look me in, huh?
Okay, well, here's another one people mess up. Going to the northeast side. How you say it?
Haula. But see, the first U is, but the first U is not that pronounced. Like when I say it, how I was taught or how my family spoke it around me was haula.
Yeah. I'm not throwing shade.
No, I know.
This is just fun. I'm not trying shade. We just teaching people the basics and giving a little introduction into how
There's
to
a
say
certain
things.
base level understanding that I feel like people who know me would expect that I have. So that's what's making me nervous.
So I know a guy, his parents were from somewhere else, obviously. Grew up here, went to Punahou actually. He says laie. Like
Laie.
because I don't know if don't know, like there's an okina. So this is one of those that you kind of just, from growing up here, there's an okina right here. So it's laie.
Yeah.
Oh, laie. Yeah, so if there weren't, it would be like laie. And that's how the guy says it. And when he said it, I was like, oh, what happened?
Is he from Laie?
No, they're from like Kaneohe though.
Oh.
And I was like,
I mean,
oh, interesting.
to each their own.
I never correct them.
Yeah. You know what? A lot of people, the way that they correct my friends is if you say it wrong, they say it correctly.
Oh, yeah, I've been to the EA too. Yeah.
It's a gentle.
That's the polite way.
Yeah, it's a gentle.
Not me. When you're on a consult, a buyer's consult, and you say Iwa, until when there's a break in the thing, I'll say, oh, I just want to let you know it's Eva. It's okay. No, it's Eva. I'm helping you out, bro.
That's good.
That's more my approach. But,
yeah.
But sometimes I do. I go, oh, Eva. You mean Eva? And they go, oh, thank you. I'm being facetious. Kavela. I feel like that's not too hard.
Kavela.
Pupukea. Oh, that's one.
Laniakea.
I feel like the A's in the middle is what mess some people up. Laniakea. Because you hear people just say Lanikea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah, Laniakea. Haleiva.
So that's one that is.
We don't. If there is a Okina, I think, but nobody pronounce them.
In Laniakea?
No, Haleiva.
Haleiva, which means birdhouse. Yeah. People say Haleiwa because again, not natural for certain people to ever use a W as a V. So they're like Haleiwa, and that's okay. We're just here to help you out. So it's Haleiva. The V sound is prominent in this one. Iva means bird. Hale is house. Waialua. That's another A in the middle that people just say Waialua.
Yeah, Waialua.
Yeah, people skip the A.
I don't even know too. There's Okinas.
I don't know if there's Okina. I can't remember all the Okinas. But inside Waialua.
Can I phone a friend?
No, inside Waialua get a place that all the North Shore people, even the Hawaiians, say wrong.
Pa'alakai.
Yeah, even before you were married to a North Shore boy, did you say pa'ala, or would you look at that and say pa'ala'a? Because get Okinas actually.
Yeah,
there's
right.
Okinas between
Pa'ala'a. Nobody says that.
Did you know that even like growing up, Kai?
No.
I
only heard it as pa'alakai. But you could get like the pastries at Pa'alakai Bakery.
Yeah.
I didn't
Snow
actually,
puffies.
to be honest, I didn't know the name of that neighborhood until I got together with Boy.
Married into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, this bakery, there's a few famous desserts on this island. Snow puffies are these square custard things. Yeah, rectangle custard things. Whereas Ririha Bakery has like the
Cocoa Puffs with
Cocoa
the
Puffs or cream puffs. But I think these are way better.
The Snow Puffies?
Yeah.
They're
better.
lighter. It's like
better.
puff pastry versus a cream puff. It's apples and oranges, man.
No, it's not.
It is.
Bruh, that's
same
it's
smell,
apples and tangerine.
different nostril. Apples and tangerines.
Moku Re'ia.
Mokuleia.
There might be Okinas there. I don't know.
There might. This is terrible. I'm giving up already.
There could be.
Mokuleia. I'm just saying it how I say it.
Okay.
Mokuleia is how I say that.
Do you say makaha?
I don't say makaha, but I say makaha. Yeah, I say makaha. I don't feel like I give a lot of energy to that.
Okay. Here's one. this is maybe the most
Maili.
butchered one.
Maili.
Mairi. Yeah. It's
people say, a lot of people say Maili and a lot of people say Maili Point.
It's Mairi, but
Maili.
I'm not hating. Even me, even like you say Mairi, that's fine. Whatever. But correct is Mairi, right?
It's Maili.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mairi Point. Here, okay, let me say a thing about why I give you permission to fumble these things and it's not that big of a deal. And Hawaii is not Mexico. Hawaiians are not Mexicans, I get it. But like when I was in California, there'd sometimes be these like kind of more liberal, like not wanting to appropriate Mexican culture by eating at a taqueria, kind of like
They
sensitive
don't
people.
want to eat there? They're
Well, they'd be like,
delicious.
that's appropriation if I eat there. You know, like just these very sensitive type of people. And so
Stupid.
sometimes I would hear people be like, we'd be speaking normally just like this. Or what you guys want to eat? Oh, I like to eat at a taqueria. And I would be like, whoa, just for one word, huh? And I would be like, oh, easy. So I was like, is it also San Francisco? You say San Fran, but
It sounded like a French accent.
or what I say, I'm butcher, I'm sure, but it was like you don't gotta be all extra to say taqueria if you're not gonna say San Francisco or San Jose.
Yeah,
you say
but-
San Jose. Like I was like easy. So like if you say Mairi, it's fine. Say Waianae.
Yes, I hear you. I hear you.
Like-
I think that it's like anywhere else. Like if you take the time to ask, how do you say that again? It is very nice.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's appreciated.
I agree. If you,
How do you say your name again? It's just like any other place you
but
go.
what I don't want is to encourage people who are like really prone to yell at you and say you don't know anything about aloha or whatever. You know, like to go around trying to be all proper in every like you know gotta be perfect on everything.
No.
You know what I
Butchering,
mean?
it's fine. It's just don't live here for 10 years and still call it, I don't know,
Iwa.
Iwa. I live in Iwa.
Yeah, but if you say Mairi after 10 years, I'm not hating.
People from there say Maili.
Right. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what? Let's go Outer Island a little bit.
Okay. Okay. Now we're going there.
My uncle guy's from Kauai, like almost never left.
They say Kauai.
Well, I don't know if they say Kauai,
Kauai is why.
but they say Rihui.
Lihui. A lot of
You
people
hear
say
that a lot,
lihui.
yeah.
A
And
lot of people do not. And lihui, it takes a lot of
Is there no kina?
energy. Yeah.
At least
So
Rihui.
look, it's not on there.
It's not. Well, who knows, you know?
Who knows? If it's not, then
If it's not, maybe it's not, but
DM me.
Kauai,
me.
it's Kauai, but
It's
people say
Kauai.
Kauai, which again, I'm not hating. Kauai is fine. Kauai is fine.
I know some fluent Hawaiian speakers who say Kauai.
Oh, yeah?
Not so much lanai. The people I know who speak Hawaiian.
Something
I
about
think
that,
say
yeah.
Lanai.
Yeah. I think because Kauai, it doesn't have like in English another association, but lanai, like people say like, oh, go stand out on the lanai.
Right.
So they want to really distinguish lanai.
Yeah, maybe. Molokai too, though.
Molokai.
Some people say Molokai, Molokai.
What about this one?
Kaunakakai?
Yeah. I mean, not hard for you, but you shouldn't be going Molokai anyways. You guys shouldn't be going
He
Molokai.
said it, not me.
Leave Molokai alone
You know
anyway.
what? We just earned back all my respect. Mahalo.
Oh, look, no more the Okina here, but there is definitely one. So Maui is probably the most important. Like Maui is
Lanai has.
most, from the mainland, a lot of people are going to move to Maui. There's more places. Like Kauai, just only a handful of names. Yeah, like there's like Koloa Town and
Oh, Lihue.
Waimea and
Oh, you mean like
Lihue.
all
Like,
of the
Maui has just like choke,
the towns. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot. There's a lot. Well, Maui's huge.
Maui's bigger. Well, is landmass, is it bigger?
Then Kauai is bigger than Oahu.
Not that much bigger than Kauai. Well, it's not Maui.
No, it's not. It's Maui.
How you say it?
Maui.
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 Maui. M-A-U. Ma-A-U. Mau.
Maui. So if it was M-A-O, then that's Mau.
Maui.
Mau. Yeah, it wouldn't
Like-
be that. But it's Mau. So A-U is Au.
Oh. Maui.
And A-O is Au.
Waihe'e. Wai'ehu.
Yeah, so those are the two of the waters,
I feel
the
like
4 waters of Maui.
Maui gets some hard ones for these
Waihe'e.
guys. All these people move from the mainland to Maui kind of get some hard ones. Wai'ehu. Wai'ehu is not a natural thing for someone from the mainland to say.
Wai'ehu.
Um,
That's Wai'ehu, Waikapu, Waihe'e,
this one
and Wailuku are the 4 waters of Maui.
is almost local people are not gonna say this, right? Oh, it doesn't go bigger.
That's funny. Lau Niu Poko.
But I even asked Mahe because she lived in Maui for like a decade
Yeah,
now.
they don't say it.
She said they just say Rania Poko.
Well, just like Haile Maili. Everyone says Haile Maili. And it's Ha'ili Maili in Maui.
Yeah, but they, yeah.
Yeah, Laniu, I I would imagine.
Lahaina?
Think of
Everybody get
like
Lahaina
that.
down.
Yeah, Lahaina's
Lahaina, everybody get
pretty.
that down.
Ma'alahi means
Ka'anapali.
easy. And all that. Ka'anapali. Yeah.
Kapalua. People get that down.
Keokea.
Honokowai. That's a challenging one.
Honokoi.
Yeah. Honokowai.
Yeah. If you
See, I even said I'm wrong. I said Honokawai. Honokowai. Wairea. I think it's because it's popular. People know how to say Wairea. I feel like even McKenna, even like mainland people started to name their children McKenna.
Yeah. Some of my family's from McKenna.
Yeah.
So, not my blood family, but
Makawao.
Makawao. Actually, most of my Hawaiian family is originally from Maui.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Upcountry in Olowalu.
It's not marked, huh?
No, there it is.
Oh, Olowalu.
Yeah.
Paia? Why is Paia a hippie town?
I don't know.
How'd that happen?
It's probably a portal.
Like Paia is like serious drum circles and stuff, yeah?
Oh my gosh, I saw you say that about Kailua too. Yeah, there is.
Kailua is not that drum circle-y.
I've been to drum circles.
In Kailua?
Yeah.
But it's not, I don't think it's Paia level, right?
No. I don't think so. Like the general vibe. I
even
get
in
what you're saying.
Kauai. So yeah,
everywhere's getting a little crystally lately, I gotta say.
Even in Kauai, like there's like a town, Haina. I'm not sure.
Haina is the last verse of a hula or a mele.
Because I've never been there. And the guy from Kauai, he told me Haina.
It's not.
And I never even looked at him. I never even looked at how it's spelled before. So there's like some hippiness, like people living in yurts up here and stuff too. Like,
in Haina. Was somebody that was in a yurt told you it was Haina?
He actually was in a yurt. But he's like born and raised on Kauai.
Oh.
Used to.
Well, again, if they call it Haina, maybe I'm wrong, but I've always pronounced it Haina.
It's Haina, guarantee. I never looked at how it was spelled.
There's Haina. So a lot of the place names, they'll be on different islands will have those same, like Waimea, for instance.
Yeah.
There's Waimea Kauai, Waimea Hawaii Island, and Waimea Oahu.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you were saying, Ni'ihau, they say stuff different. They have T's and
T's.
S's.
They have T's. Yeah. Tiaroa, stuff like that.
So the Hawaii Island, geez.
Hawaii Island. We cannot cover all of Hawaii Island.
Definitely
We commonly called Big Island, but most people are going to know Kailua Kona. And
Hilo.
then people are going to know Hilo. I feel like maybe some people will know Waikuloa and Waimea.
A lot of people go there for vacation to Waikoloa. But a lot of people say Waikoloa.
Kaloa, they will, yeah.
Hey, don't get me going on my Hale accent. I could do it.
Javi.
Waikoloa. Yeah, Javi.
How about this one?
Ocean view.
This is the southernmost tip of the United States. Yeah, I remember when I was in the Coast Guard. This guy was like, somehow it got brought up, and I was like, bro, Big Island is the southernmost place in the United States, and he was like, no, it's not Okahashi. We bet money. And
then you
he never
at
pay
the latitude.
Yeah, he never pay. I was like, it's the southernmost place in the United States. I guarantee.
Good job, Okahashi.
And he was like, I don't think I should have to give you $5. I don't think that we were talking about Hawaii. I was like, bro, I specifically told you Big Island. But anyway, I digress.
That's funny. There's a big debate online of whether or not Mauna Loa is the biggest active volcano because they measure from the ocean floor.
From the ocean, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's actually not Hawaiians that are even trying to like really defend it. People debating. Kea'au.
How do you say them?
Kea'au.
Kea'au. People just say Kea'au, right?
I've heard people say that, but I think.
What would you say? How do we say Hawaii? Like we say Kortim Hawaii. Like we say it the short
both
term
ways. I say Hawaii and I say Hawaii.
Do you ever say with the Okina but with the W, Hawaii? If you're gonna add the Okina,
like
might as well get the V going.
No, yeah, I don't. I hear it a lot. People say Hawaii.
On the news, I feel like that's their like balance.
Like Jomor.
Pala'akana.
Not Pala'akana. She doesn't say Hawaii.
I don't know what she says. Is she still on the news?
Yeah.
I don't watch the news.
Pala.
You know her?
I wouldn't
Michelle
call.
Used to
she's
go.
actually. I don't feel like she's not. I want to say old enough to call her an auntie, but no, I know her. She knows my family quite well. She spoke at my Uncle Pono's funeral recently.
You dropped something.
He always says that, but it's true.
No, Michelle used to go. They had a connection, so she would go dinner at their house.
She's very, very nice.
Honaka'a?
She used to be a power lifter.
Really?
Well, I heard that. She never told me herself.
Honaka'a?
Honaka'a.
All right, let's finish out with what else? So when you look at Big Island, just like other islands, the east side is wet, the west side is dry. And so Kailua Kona, Oahu is really the only island where the west side is kind of where it gets cheap because of the way things have developed on Oahu. It gets less expensive because you look at Lahaina, it's not necessarily that. You look at Kailua Kona, it's not necessarily that.
What about Kauai?
Kauai. It's all Napali coast and stuff, yeah. I mean, north to west. It's not so much
Kekaha is where I'm talking about.
salt wet. That would
So
be like
Kekaha is
that
where
would be
most of the Niihau residents who moved to Kauai are in Kekaha.
that would be like Barber, like Eva or Nanakuli in terms of.
Yeah, so I would say that that's where the most least expensive.
Most least.
Most least. Yeah,
Oh.
no? That's very Kauai. Most least.
You know what? Let's end it with a little bit of that nuance about how pidgin is a little bit different on these islands.
Okay.
So small kind. So like
Fun. I shave.
ice shave. I never knew that until you guys. You and Mahi taught me that.
Oh, yeah.
I never heard anybody say ice shave. I still don't know if I could handle it. Like, I'm not gonna do nothing, obviously, but if someone's like, bruh, like ice shave, I don't think I could ever get used to it.
Yeah. I don't say it. I mean, I respect it. I don't know if I don't think I've ever said it like in conversation.
So
Who says that?
Hilo.
he said they say ice shave. And I threw in she didn't pick it up, but I put it down. I said user too. And I thought you were gonna like stop on that. Because only in Hawaii you say that, user too.
What?
You're not,
No. What are you talking about?
I kind of get used to that.
Oh, used it to.
User, like user too.
User too. It sounds like used it to. To me.
You
Doesn't
hear
it?
Hawaii people
Kenji,
say that, right?
don't you think it sounds like used it to?
I hear people put ER at the end of things that are already.
See, there's a regional difference between
I gotta
Eva.
get used to that. I gotta get used
user
to.
to that.
Oh yeah, but I can get used to that one. Like,
I don't know. I always heard people say.
no, the
used to.
neighbors they all right,
You
but
know what,
you just gotta get used to them.
You know what? How did you guys used to say hana okolele or hana?
I never said that
You
before.
never say hana okolele peanut butter jelly. Everybody says it.
Hambara kukurere.
That's why people say
What you
hana
say?
hana
Hana okolele.
okolele.
What is that?
That's
Puno.
how they that's how they said it. Like
Okay, local people in the comments. You ever heard of hana okolele?
I think maybe that was just my Holly version of it when I was 8 years old.
Hambara kukurere.
I used to call okole okolele because I would confuse okole with ukulele.
Okay.
Anyway, very different things. But okay, so
Also
no.
on Big Island and on Kauai, they say no. Yeah.
I think they say that everywhere, but most hear it on Kauai.
So one thing in Hawaiian pidgin, you hear like, like yeah is like an affirmation at the end of things. Like, you guys went Disney, you know? Oh, you guys had a good trip, yeah. And so they have these like affirmations at the end.
Yeah,
Confirmations, right? Like,
Well,
you guys went up Anaheim, and I saw you guys went to the Bay Area too, yeah.
or yeah, no.
I'd be like, oh, you guys went up California, no?
You can end it with yeah or no or just a question mark. So everything that's what it is. No, but I'm saying you just say like how you're saying, oh, you guys went Anaheim. Like that's a
there's
question.
like the inflection Anaheim.
It's the way that you talk or like, oh.
But between the islands, Kauai and Big Island do more of the no. I don't know what parts of Big Island because I'm sure it's different. Big Island people correct me. But I've mainly only heard people from Big Island and Kauai saying no. I don't know, maybe Molokai, I'm not sure.
I don't know so much about, I just know more so Kauai. I've always heard like very extreme versions of pidgin. Like in Kekaha, I went into a shop one time and I couldn't understand the uncle.
People cannot understand my uncle.
I couldn't
People cannot
understand
my uncle
him.
from Kauai.
I really felt bad. But he wasn't speaking Hawaiian, but he wasn't speaking English.
And then on Maui, it depends.
Oh, you know what? I was just telling my husband. I never did say the word everything. They say everything. Everything.
Everything
Means everything.
And Eva, like why not like reword Oahu? You might hear like everything. Everything.
Yeah, everything.
That's not a town. People in town want to say it. What are some things like Hawaiian words that people are gonna, if you live here, it's just a part of pidgin? Like you're not using like honokoai every day or whatever, but
like phrases.
Like I catch.
Pau.
Yeah, I was gonna say Paul. I've heard you say that on this channel. Like you're like Paul, and I'm like, what is that? And you're like, what you talking about?
Pau.
And I'm like, you gotta tell them what is that?
Yeah, Pau is P-A-U, and it just means finished.
Finish, yeah.
Or Mauka Makai. I've heard you guys talk about that before. Mauka means towards the mountains, and Makai means towards the ocean. So
for sure,
they use it as a directional.
I still use that like because I'll be in consults and I'm like
east.
teaching people like, oh, if you go Mauka, and then I gotta stop and go, I know you don't know what that means. Sorry.
Yeah.
So
you always say something is Mauka of this street or Mauka of this landmark.
Yeah.
It's something that people often, that you should get used to.
For sure.
There's other stuff too.
Kau and ao, little bit. more so really Hawaiian families, but au is shower and kau is eat.
You don't hear so much people say like mikavivi, like to go fast.
No.
Not really.
Maybe
I used to hear it.
the people with the keys to the hokulea.
The people with the keys to the hokulea all speak English too.
Here.
Oh yeah.
You people say, hey, we go here. We
Yeah.
go. Like here means to go, like get going.
Or like ha'alele means to go to.
And nobody's saying that though.
People say ha'alele.
No.
Okay, well, hele.
Your
Yes,
circles
hele
are
is
different.
go. I don't know. Yeah, I can't think of anything. But of course, aloha and mahalo.
Aloha mahalo.
Aloha,
Mahalo is not
mahalo.
trash.
No.
It's on the trash can because it means thank you.
It means
but is
thank you
not
for
trash.
throwing away your opala, which is trash. So some of them say opala instead of mahalo.
Aloha means many things. This is a good place to end it.
Yeah. Aloha does mean many
Aloha
things.
means many things. Aloha means...
Hello, goodbye. You can use it
I
as a
don't
greeting.
even know if there's a pure... I feel like Hawaiians... No, again, treading lightly. I could be wrong about this, but I almost feel like Hawaiians are open to assigning meaning to aloha to a certain extent, as long as it's very positive. And because aloha means love, aloha means strength, aloha means compassion, aloha means like a stern strength when to protecting the eye. Like aloha means hello, goodbye, means so many things.
Mm-hmm.
But just say maybe all things pono, all things righteous and all things good and strong. But in general, people are gonna just say aloha. And like in emails too. So like professionally here, people say aloha in their emails, and
Instead of regards or sincerely.
yeah, or open
hello.
with aloha. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's not like this.
You can open or close with it as a salutation.
I generally don't do both though, because it just seems
Yeah, you
redundant.
start with aloha and then you end with mahalo.
Right.
But you would never start with mahalo.
Yeah. But what I was gonna say is, if you're not from here, and like to your in the other video we were doing,
Yeah.
you feel like I'm gonna bring my New York attorney style and turn this place around. No
Right.
more putting aloha in the emails. It's not professional. It's like no, that's not only okay, but it's also even professional here.
Yeah, you can wear aloha shirt instead of suit and tie.
But I mean, like in a professional email to the governor, I might start with aloha, right?
Yeah.
I don't have to start with the warmest regards, Governor Ike. Like it's aloha. Like
Yes.
it is
Governor
a
Ike says
powerful
aloha.
word. It's not a trivial word.
No, it is not. And actually, I have to end in a different place. I wasn't going to, but I have to because it's my family. But my grandfather and auntie made aloha spirit codified into the law. So it's a Hawaii revised statute. They passed it in 1986.
HRS. Nice.
It is. And so you can look that up.
That's awesome. All right. That was a little Hawaiian lesson for the day. Now you can maybe pronounce the names and some of the streets and stuff.
tried.
See you guys in the next one.